right, we are back, and I'm gonna just share the link as I always do with the Discord in case someone wants to join along and see what we build today. Let's see here. In fact, today we are building something not very fantasy. We're building a prison island. Or, yeah, no, it's a prison. I'm gonna make a different variation of this that isn't a prison, but is more of a facility, factory, corporate, secret, research location, whatever. But today we're doing a prison. Because, hey, your players are going to prison sooner or later. So it's a guaranteed, so why not have this map available? All of these pieces that I'm using have been uploaded to the community browser where you can grab them for free. They're under the name Secure Facility, and that allows you to find them. So lots of pieces. If you've seen them, I'll show you how I use them in the stream, and maybe we'll get a little bit closer to being done. Let's see here. We are, and we're gonna this one in here as well. All right. Let us see. Where were we? Oh yes, the stream, the island. So we have added a couple of things here. The helipad is available right here. Helipad. I like the helipad. I don't like the execution I have right now of it, so I'm gonna do some more stuff to it. Have this suspended bridge here leading to the entrance. Might do something more to this gate. We'll see. Got some towers, got some barracks, got the first prison entrance over here. Lots of rooms ready for inmates, ready to go. We also have a even more secure facility over here. We have an intake, and I know we definitely should have an intake over here. I need to solve that. We'll see. Intake, maybe the intake doesn't happen on the island, for example, you know. And then this large building has a dining area, a kitchen, and showers, second floor. It's basically identical to the other block, but you have a bit of a view. That's nice. Or maybe you don't have a view. Oof. That is terrible. Definitely need to escape. So there's that. There's also this control tower up here. Let's see here if you can see it a little better. There we are. We got the control. Then we have an exit over here. A courtyard. That leads into another area. I guess you're free to go to. Might actually put a gate here in case that's not what everyone wants. And then another open area here. We'll see. Maybe we do a building here, maybe we don't. But we're definitely gonna do some sort of docks, harbor near here so that you can deliver goods by boat for whatever reason. It's a little large, but we might even add another prison facility down here. We'll see. We'll see. But we're gonna start here now with what I was mentioning, which was, you know what? This doesn't feel entirely right. And this is what I've found with these walls, and you can find them by just searching secure facility wall, and that will like only show you the wall pieces. What I find is that very often I have to adjust them a little bit. So I've uploaded different lengths, but sometimes you just need a slight variation, and it's very easy to adjust them. You just move them over. So you don't really need this piece, but kind of want these two to match. Actually, these two should match. Go, and then see how this can hang together here. That'll do it. And double click and hold down X to snap them, and voila, it doesn't take long. It does not take long at all. I think here, let's see what happens. Put up a little wall here. That's unfortunate. So they would kind of match, but we'll live. But, thing here. So that'll do it. Now it kind of makes a bit more sense here, I feel. Like maybe prisoners are not allowed down here. I'm keeping it ambiguous because I want it to be the DM that decides how they will use this island, right? And I also try not to line up perfectly, and this was by accident, it was not by design, but I think it looks better when things aren't following. Here you have a tower. In this tower it's a little bit forward, and then these two are matching, and then this one is a little bit reclined. Again, they're not perfectly lined up. I think that's important when we have such a grid structure as we have with TaleSpire. It's important to not follow the grid too rigidly. Like here, for example, it's all following the same, and I think I'm gonna accept that because this is such a the front kind of fits with that thing. But you know, adjusting it slightly just makes it feel a bit more alive, a bit more natural, a bit more real. So anyhow, let's see here. Wondering, I made this entrance area here earlier, but I don't know if I love it. I think this should probably be its own building, like an intake building. I'm gonna try that. I'm just gonna delete all of this. Yeah, I just don't like it, and that's okay. We have to explore different things, right? We're gonna see what can we do here. What can we do to make it feel like it was designed with somewhat purpose, right? Let's see here. So if I search for city B, I have some buildings here, and I see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. It has to be. Eat this. Let's see, do we have one that is 6? Yes, we do. We have 6 by 8, 4 by 4, 8 by 12. Oh, that's a hanger. I think, well, 6 by 16 is a bit long. So it's this 6 by 8 building can save us some building time. Just like those windows. Then we're going to move this door, these forward. The door here, get rid of these pieces here. Inside. these. Same thing with these. I know that we don't need them. Bit of an intake room if I ever saw one. So let this be a walkway past here, probably. Yeah. Do it. Oh, 1 second. Alright. Give this a little think. Okay, so we have this. I do like how that looks. I think this is still fine here. Wish there was a way of connecting them better, but I just don't see it, so I'm gonna keep it to what we have. Like so. Okay. That'll do it. It's tempting to put a door here. I know that's crazy, but you make it too secure. You know, you're gonna gut the players. You gotta give them something. You know? So yeah, it's a very thick prison door here, but I think it's a better map if we give them some hope. Some ways to escape here and there. And here we have this part, and we might have some sort of storage room later on. Kind of like a table for inspection here. that'll do it. It is tempting to connect these two buildings here. I'll show you why. Because if I do get this lovely little effect, just get rid of these tiles. Now we're actually gonna have the inspection tables here, and then we can have these on the back end here. There's one on each side. And that's kind of like where you give off your goods, if you will. Maybe we can put these. Get a bit more room here. To picture this. It's very tempting to put these behind these secure chamber walls. Let's see what that looks like. Might feel too heavy, but gotta try it, right? Only issue with that is like, how are they getting stuff in and out? Maybe it's just one table. And we use an open version. We lost the light in here. We've got all sorts of doors here. The modern door over here. Where now it feels a bit more possible. Do wish we had something that was at the same height. I don't think we do have that. No, that's even higher. It's the same thing with pretty much everything else. That's alright. There we are. There's a little room here. And put some gear on the inside. There we are. And of course, Some secure lockers. That'll do it. Yeah. Of course, we have some other boxes here too. Oops, I didn't need to go here. We put some items from this collection too. Do we have something? Yeah, we do. Stuff from the inmates. And of course, boxes like that. I really like these boxes. They're pretty versatile. There we are. That'll be sufficient. Let's see here. Like so. Okay. Do you think this inside might have a poster with instructions? Some sort. Maybe that one is a more realistic, simple table here. Yeah, I think so. It's a good bench to sit on. We need better benches. I really do. But can this double as it? Almost. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna leave it in there for now. Come back to it later and see if I still like it. Okay. Ah, I really forgot to have some modern things here. Just a revolver. These. Maybe we don't need the axe if we have this one. Yeah. Yeah, there we are. Place your things in the green bin, please. Okay. With that. Have a little gate here too. And there we are. Neat little gate outside. Definitely think we'll need a tower out here, but not yet. We'll get there. Okay, so we got this. Looking at it and trying to picture how the players will see it and if they will like kind of follow along with where everything's going. This area is pretty clear. I don't want to put too much stuff here, but I have to do something. I think use these. Help signify entrances occasionally. Should help. Here we have a natural one, yep. Okay. We have a dock side here too. Now we definitely need some fuel tanks somewhere. We'll definitely get to that. We have a walkway down here. We probably need more. Let's see, where would a natural fit here? Maybe it is. There's a second something going out there. Maybe. This as well. Okay. Definitely want another tower. And so for the towers, we have the secure facility, and you can just search T for tower, but there are also some in the wall selection here. We've got some good towers already, but I wonder what we will put out here. It might be something to fuel. Get rid of that. So we have a few different fuel things. Oh, we have these. Do you like these? This is something I picked up from another build here, and I thought they were so cool. I might go with these out here. Just these giant fans. They just kind of complete the outside here. Let's see. It might be enough with just those for now. I like that. And shall we do? Side here, we could do something like this. You could have a second wall there. It might feel a bit cramped. I wonder. We do. Oop. Get rid of these. For now, we'll bring them back. So here, yeah. So here, things are too tight. But if we were to do something like that, we could do that. Gotta get the wall here. Huh. I'm gonna place it here in the sea. See how it feels. It's not a bad feeling. It doesn't feel out of place, at least. Just extend this and not terrible. I don't mind it. We'll see anything else that could. Oh, hi Jack. Welcome back. You do have a question. Let's see. Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And one I think anyone doing TaleSpire with wrestles, because you kind of see this and like, it's the real world. You have to put stuff on the horizon. And you know what? I think sometimes I do want to put things on the horizon. Other times I just like I don't care. The action is gonna take place here. The players are gonna be zoomed at this level a lot of the time. I don't think the horizon matters to them in that case. And sometimes yes, and if you go into photo mode and you go into free camera and you do this stuff, yep, you're gonna be thinking about that horizon. I've gone crazy over it. Honestly, I think it's fine. I think if you have a little this and the distant little haze and the distance, I think you're absolutely perfectly fine. It's important to remember that we're simulating a tabletop and not Minecraft. And though it's tempting to do Minecraft, and I absolutely would encourage anyone that just wants to build the biggest possible map ever, go ahead, do it. I love it. Have fun. But you don't have to. You don't have to. We're simulating a tabletop, and for that reason, it's okay if it's not huge. That's why I'm actually keeping this map this size, even though this is massive compared to what you would find on a typical table. It's, if you had a really huge table and a lot of money, you could do it. But I won't go much larger than this. I also don't do that because I think that players don't, you know, they like simplicity. They like to keep things small and tight. And of course, there's also always the diorama option. Let me see if I have a diorama just to show you what I mean by that. The cargo plane, container ship, nuclear submarine. Do I have anything that is? Might not have done that in a while in this area here. If I don't, I can't show you, but I basically just say here's the hard. Here is the hard edge of the map, and take it or leave it. It's just, yeah, I don't have anything, unfortunately. But you can see it if you pop into my builds on. Actually, if you search for anything Lemurian, you'll see that I kind of like this, for example. I could just say, hold on, there we are, and I would just take one of these, for example, like this, a little, and that's the map. And when you say that, the players will, in their minds, mentally fill in the gaps around this little thing. You'll just say, oh, on the left side here, you see buildings are a bit larger and older, and there's more industrial. And then this bridge kind of marks the entrance to a nicer part of town. And the players will imagine that. In fact, you almost manage to create bigger maps by not showing them. You know? So I think that's what I would do. And yes, I see you agree. So yeah, no, I just, it's so tempting. I mean, I grew up on Hero Quest, which is a very small board game. It's tiny, and I always dreamed of doing what I'm doing now, which is like I can build the boards of my dreams. But the question is, should we? So yeah, it's more fun when you can focus on smaller, more intimate things, if you can call something like this intimate. I don't know. Actually, now I just have to scroll through here and see if I can get some inspiration of what to put on the side. No, I only have fantasy stuff under this. This Lemurian moniker, yeah. All of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. So let's see. Secure facility. Great question, by the way. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I was thinking of, could do something like this. And keep some cool fuel tanks on the outskirts. I think that could kind of work here. It does create more of that facility feel I wanted to do as well. Yeah, you could have a year of sessions on this map alone. I know that feeling. That is true. Like once you get going, you know, first you have them get checked in. That's a whole session, you know, like the first session. The first session is only gonna take place in the check-in. You had planned for them to do all sorts of things, but no, for some reason the players have this great elaborate escape plan. Just walking over the bridge, they have come up with some crazy thing, and now they're just spending the entire session learning everything they can about the person who works behind this counter, and suddenly the entire session is gone, and you're like, okay, fine, we'll do the cool stuff next time. And the players gets checked in, and that takes the full session. And then they try to do a, no, they don't do anything. They don't do the riot. They do 2 sessions of nothing but getting to know all the different prisoners and map out things and plan and plan and plan. And you know, they have that one session where they're kind of defeated and they don't really know what to do, and then there's like, oh, we'll do a riot, and then they'll come up with a plan for getting some weapons, and they do that, and there's a session with the riot, and the riot is huge, and then now they have to, next session they have to defend the place from max tech forces that will take it back, and they manage to do that. And what are they gonna do now? Well, they will create a production facility. They've taken it over, you know, they're starting their own clan. Who knows? They I can totally see 10 sessions happening here if you have the right type of players. Sorry for that tangent. Okay, let's see. Got this. Let's put some stuff under it. I think I'm committing to this little island here. I think I'm gonna put a few more things around it. Probably like a walkway. Let's see here, how do you get out there? Maybe you just make it around here. There's just this kind of... I hope that's not too difficult to navigate. I think players can manage. Yeah, so on the side here, I was thinking we'll just have one of these thin walkways. There. Put some of these down. Move this around. Yeah, I think that's working. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Okay, so you get a nice little walkway out here. And you can have this around the entire thing. Don't I have a corner piece? Yes, I do. Have that one there. Yes, this is correct. Players will be extremely slow. This is a guarantee. And you just have to take it into account. Here I'm creating again opportunities. This is not me prepping technically, but it's me imagining that this would be a helpful place to have as a, oh, hide out there, or leave it there, however you're gonna get there. Should be some way to do that. So here. Man, I wish we had a diagonal version. Because I think this is one of my favorites. Favorite tiles. It's just a great tile. Perfectly sized, looks great, looks fantastic in any setting in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely love it. It makes sense to have this here to let people walk through. This. Here. Fun. That feels a little bit better. Copy this. Just sink it below. Two. There we go. I don't need to sink it all the way there because it's fine. 5.2. There we are. Yeah, it's true. Overprep is the downfall of all. It's just how it is to be a DM. Okay. I do like that. I think I need still to have these things here. I still think they look great. Maybe they will make more sense now even. Feels like an industrial kind of area here. We'll need the some walls though. Fill this gap here and then place a wall on top. Yeah. I think we are. Oh, these are very hard to catch. Okay. Okay, maybe this section here. Get a little makeover. Right there. I mean, that's a fantastic place to escape. Oh no. That landlocked submarine. I am so sorry. Did not mean for my stream to be a traumatic event. What what am I doing right? I was gonna ask, but more so, what am I getting wrong? So I do not have enough experience with facilities. Like I haven't even played Metal Gear Solid. Like I know nothing. It's almost embarrassing. So I realized that this made no sense there. So gotta. In fact, you might cut back on this section here now. Oh, this might just go. So yeah, feels more right. Oof, yeah, that facility sounds really scary. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a submarine is bad enough, but underground submarine, my goodness. Or landlocked, yeah. I'm sure it's kind of cool. In some ways. Let's see here. we don't need that kind of tower. Do we need this kind of tower here? Need this one. Okay, so that's kind of coming together. Well, that's great. That's good. That's good. Yeah, no. I really, anytime I drive by a industrial site, I look extra. I just want to take it in, try to read it, understand it, see what the thinking is. And yeah, you're right. It's very often just put together in a very specific manner. I wonder, could I steal half of this? Like this type. Building. I kind of like that. These could be connected then. Aha! That's right there. Maybe a window over here as well. It's kind of like an extra observatory area over there. All I want is to give people PTSD. It's terrible. What have I done? Love this new mats we got. I didn't like them at first because they were so gray, but now I see how I can use them as this little lip, and they are perfectly timed to arrive when they did, so very happy about that. Guess we need to have a door. There. I think we can get away with a little connector out here. Kind of has a overhang. I would like an even bigger overhang, but I think that's all we get. But it's interstellar. Yay! I think that works. Feels believable. No, do I run my campaigns in the game or do I export a screenshot? I do neither. Um, I, I'm too busy. I haven't run a game in years. I'm too busy to do that. So I just build, knowing that other people will get to use what I make. Which in a way is like running a game, right? Closest thing I will get to it. So, in a way I run the game as I'm building. Every spot, everything I put together here, I picture in my mind. What will it be like? What will happen here? And so on. I hope that doesn't sound sad. Because it's not. I'm very happy I get to do this. Yeah, and the engine allegory is a pretty good one. I see what you mean. See what you mean. Engines is another area I don't know enough about to be good at. Here. Some of these together here. Not sure what looks best yet. Yeah, definitely like to break it up a little bit here and there. Definitely be doing that. Yeah, build some worlds, create some stuff. I played so many games in my time anyway, so it's sure I will do it again when I retire. So it'll happen. In the meantime, I'll just keep up the skills by doing this. And TaleSpire is fantastic pastime. I do this instead of every other computer game possible, so why not? Go. Bit of a dead area out here, but I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Maybe we'll come back to it. We got all of this. Might be we don't need this entire section. And it just needs to be on the bottom of the sea. And we come back to it later. 5.2. See what that feels like. Oh my. See, this area is kind of cursed. There we go. It's here. Okay. starting to feel like it makes more sense. Or actually, if we were to something here. Thinking of using these maybe it's just not elegant on both sides yet, but if we match them, maybe it's starting to look like something. It's like they just had to have that there for some reason. Keep it to there. Keep that industrial feel. Okay, so we got this, we got that. We certainly have a very flat wall here, which, as you know, I don't like. We could solve that repeating this. Here. I think we have to lift it up one story so it doesn't... Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's starting to become very like cyberpunk, like observatory style. And just open up this piece. And one of these here. Move this over. This one over. And you can just keep that open. You don't need a door there. That'll be fine. There's the eternal dilemma. We never have any of these pieces, but we do have one of these tiny pieces. It's hidden. All the way over here in facility, you can use them and fill that in there. Then you suddenly have a bit better, a bit more view. It's not the trick I use very often. We're going to do it this time. Here, I was thinking of doing this piece. You know what? I will do that. That'll be fine. I just need to fill this up here. Let's go. What? It doesn't go all the way down, does it? No. Why not? What is going on? Okay. So this is the floor level we want things to be at. And it okay, so it's matching the floor levels. It's just that there's a little discrepancy here. Easiest fix is actually to take all of this, which is just filler, and won't have an interior even. And we just put it back on the ground. And we fill another layer. With more of this. And I'll do it. And put on some lights and some stuff there. Avoid the repetition to be too obvious. Yay. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. That's starting to come together. I like that tower feeling there. Now I also have in this facility build I do have some of these floodlights. We also have an antenna which we're gonna put somewhere at some point. I think the antenna will most likely be out here. Kind of like hidden for players to discover. If it sits out there, for example, you don't immediately notice it, which is kind of cool. Okay, it sticks up, but you know what I mean. Yes, this place is primarily accessed by water. Got a helipad for prisoners. And then you have supplies and maybe other goods going out by the docks. The docks are currently a little bit bigger than they should be, but I'm also just tempted to keeping it that way. Let's see here. It is so unnecessary to have it out there, but whatever. Whatever. Okay, so we have that. Definitely think I will have a helipad or something out here too. I mean, even this could be a helipad, but since we have it here, I think I'll do that. I think this will be some sort of tank again. Maybe some of these. Maybe this crew. Be a little industrial feeling, yeah. Don't think it will be a hangar. Simply because I made this overhangs and it will kind of just feel like too much. Maybe a half hangar over here would be nice. Half hangar. There's like nothing on the outside. I don't want to make this much further. This feels too large for that area. I don't want that there. It's blocking too much. If I'm gonna have buildings here, they will be very, very small. Even just industrial style. Let's see. We'll see. Oh my, but look at the time, my friends. I need to get some rest. There's work. We'll be calling tomorrow. Anyhow, Jack, everyone, it's been a pleasure. I'm so happy that you've been watching with me. And of course, if you want to build your own large facility like this, just check out Secure Facility in the Slam browser. I've uploaded all of these pieces up there for you to use, and they're super fun and they work. We can say that with confidence now after we've built this far. Once this is ready, this will be an exclusive on Tales Tavern for people who support the website. They need a little bit of financial support, so if you haven't, consider becoming a patron of Tales Tavern. A great website that allows us to share amazing maps. Yeah, I just want to do my part, so I'll be donating this map to Tales Tavern so they can share it. Anyhow, that's all for tonight. Have a lovely night. Thank you, Jack, and I'm looking forward to the next one too. Alright, that's all for tonight. I'll see you in the next one. Happy building.